Sup guys, we got a new French mini event, so I'm gonna quickly give you guys my first impressions of the new ships. The data mine will be linked in the description as well, you know the drill. Okay, first up we have Strasbourg. Her stats are really low for an SSR ship, and she doesn't have enough buffs from her skills to make up for it. She applies a debuff on hit that increases firepower and aviation damage taken from Vigia ships by 5% for 6 seconds, but since her first skill reduces her first reload by 50%, she fires once at 0 seconds due to her preload, and then 10 seconds, and then 30 seconds, and so on, rather than 20 seconds like other battleships. So it's impossible for Vigia main fleet ships at least to take advantage of this debuff. Not that it matters much anyways, because 5% is not enough with how weak the rest of her kit is. She can fire twice in about 12 seconds though, so maybe she can see use in EX or something, but she's probably not going to see use in any battle that lasts longer than 20 seconds. Next up, we have L'Audacieux. She has a ton of buffs for herself and some extra for allied destroyers and French vanguard ships. Her timed barrage is very strong as it covers the entire screen and hits everything that it passes through. This video is made on a private testing server created by one of the main contributors to the regular data mines, Nagami, and I'm like 95% sure it's accurate, but I haven't gotten her in game so I can't confirm. I definitely think she's promising just looking at the stats and skills, but I'm too lazy to run calcs on Vanguard ships, so I'll just test her when I have her maxed out. I like what I see here a lot, more than Z47 from the last event, that's for sure. Next up is Duplaix. Is it just me or are the names extra hard to pronounce this time around? She just has some straightforward buffs on top of mediocre stats. And then finally, we've got what was the most surprising to me of this update, Kasumi meta. Usually I just skip over the purple meta ships, but this is surely the best purple one that we've gotten so far. The first thing that caught my eye was the 607 torpedo stat, which is the second highest in game, only after Shimakaze by 2 points. And then as I looked across the board, she has top of the line stats in general, somehow beating out regular Kasumi post retrofit, who already has solid stats for an SSR destroyer. Her damage in general should be solid due to her incredibly high torpedo stats, on top of 2 separate barrages which scale to torpedo, one from her first skill and then from her all-out assault as well. She also has a torpedo buff for her destroyers, which is not as amazing these days since the current best thing is Unzen and this doesn't benefit her in any way, but it's still not the most useless skill in the world. Her survivability is also good, having both an 8-second invulnerability as well as a zombie heal, which can heal another ship as well if she doesn't need it. With Wichita fresh on your mind, you should be aware of how good 8 seconds of invulnerability can be. Overall, I'm not sure how she's a purple meta ship, but Strasbourg is an SSR, and it should probably be the other way around. Her stats almost mog Yudachi retrofit across the board for some reason. Despite all that though, I'm not saying that she's going to be the next best thing or whatever, but honestly, I quite like her design and was pleasantly surprised that she is far from useless, and potentially could even be the best ship out of the 4 here. There's also a new auxiliary equipment which just gives 500 HP and damage reduction against Italian and French ships, but those ships don't do any damage anyway, so it's more or less useless. Anyway, that's it for this update. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.